Next example is chlorine is added to hydrogen sulfide to form sulfur and hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen sulfide is added with the chlorine to give sulfur and hydrogen chloride. Here we see this is in terms of hydrogen. This is in terms of hydrogen. So that here hydrogen sulfide is changing to sulfur. Hydrogen sulfide is changing to sulfur. That means in the reactant part H2S, hydrogen is there. In the product part sulfur is alone. That means hydrogen is removed from hydrogen sulfide and forms as sulfur. So there is a removal of hydrogen takes place. There is a removal of hydrogen takes place. So we studied that the removal of hydrogen or addition of hydrogen. Removal of hydrogen or addition of hydrogen, addition of oxygen, we call them as oxidation. So since this equation is in terms of hydrogen, we have to look in terms of hydrogen. That is removal of hydrogen, we call them as oxidation. So hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to sulfur. How it is oxidized? By the removal of hydrogen. In the second part, chlorine is changing into hydrogen chloride. Chlorine is changing into hydrogen. So what is happening here? Chlorine is alone in the reactant part. In the product part, hydrogen is added up. So there is an addition of hydrogen. What is addition of hydrogen? It is reduction. Either the addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Since this equation is in terms of hydrogen, we have to look in terms of hydrogen, that is addition of hydrogen. So addition of hydrogen is reduction, removal of hydrogen is oxidation. So chlorine is added with the hydrogen and forming hydrogen chloride. So addition, reduction takes place here and oxidation takes place here. Now we have to look out which is the reducing agent and which is an oxidizing agent. Do you know which is an oxidizing substance and reducing substance? Hydrogen sulfide is oxidized substance and chlorine is the reduced substance. Which compound or which element is undergoing oxidation? That substance is oxidizing agent. Which substance is undergoing reduction? That substance will be reduced substance. Now we have to look which is a reducing agent and which is a oxidizing. Look at this equation. Hydrogen sulfide is undergoing oxidation. How it is oxidized? By the removal of hydrogen. Who helped them to remove? The chlorine only helped to remove hydrogen. Chlorine, when it is taking this hydrogen with him or with it removes this hydrogen. So which is the oxidizing agent? Chlorine is acts as an oxidizing agent. At the same time, where its reduction takes place? Here. So how it is reduced? By the addition of hydrogen. Who help or who gives hydrogen to chlorine? Hydrogen sulfide only giving hydrogen to chlorine. That means who gives hydrogen? Hydrogen sulfide. So it acts as an reducing agent. Okay. So hydrogen sulfide is a substance which undergoing oxidation and chlorine undergoes reduction. Hydrogen sulfide is oxidized substance. Chlorine is reduced substance. Hydrogen sulfide is a reducing agent. Chlorine is a oxidizing agent. So this is the next one of the equation we have to study. Next equation is ammonia plus oxygen giving nitrogen monoxide and water. Here also ammonia plus oxygen giving nitrogen oxide and water. Here what happens to the ammonia what is taking or to the nitrogen, oxygen is added up. Oxygen is added up. So it is oxidation reaction. Here what is taking place? Hydrogen is added up. That is water. Hydrogen is added up. Otherwise we can say hydrogen is removed. Here hydrogen is removed. That is also oxidation. Here hydrogen is added up. So it is reduction. So which is an oxidizing agent? Oxygen is acts as an oxidizing agent and ammonia is acts as a reducing agent. So we will discuss some other equation in the next class. I will give you some equations for identifying oxidized substance, reduced substance, oxidizing agent and reduced agent.